I apologise for the sweat here. I not long after a workout, so just feel like I wanted to record this today because I understand I'm very, very late with this information. I understand that. Let's move you guys back a little bit. There we go. Move the mic closer. I understand I'm super late on this news, but it has been a while, of course, since I've actually recorded. Just some life things that are making things a bit busy. And really, I'm just going to record whenever I want. So it's whatever. But I noticed that May this year. I think it was May 19th specifically. So very quite a long time ago now. When you think about it, I mean we're in July now, so quite a long time ago. That my channel officially became 10 years old, which is insane to me. I mean my own personal channel, my own like channel that I don't upload videos on, I only use to watch other YouTubers and stuff. I mean, I must be older at this point. So that goes to show you how long I've been on YouTube, really, around YouTube as well. But this channel was created all the way back in 2016, which is crazy to me. That to me is crazy. Um, Fucking hell, how time flies. Like, I was a daft wee boy at that time with a group of friends who all thought at the time, of course, all of us hitting that ripe old teenage years, that we could do something fun on YouTube. And so a whole group of us got into this channel called the Redamancy Project. If you've been watching for a long time, you'll remember that name. Of course, that was a very nostalgic YouTube name for us. It lasted quite a while actually, and we all had like different roles within the group. So some of us would upload certain things, some of us would do certain other things as well. And I remember, and I'm not going to name names here. Of course, I don't want to review anybody's names because you might not remember them from then. So I'm not going to reveal their names now. But I do remember that it just got to a point where everyone else just couldn't be bothered making the videos and making the content, but I was still up for it. I still had that kind of fire in me to record things and just record myself and do certain stuff. So I kept it going basically by myself. I remember they gave me the login details. It was one person that had the login, and so if you recorded a video, you would edit it and then send it to them, and then they would upload it because they had the login details. But I remember asking them like, look, if this channel is basically dead, at least let me carry it on in some capacity. And they gave me the login details, and it's been from there. You know, I was a Redamancy project for so long, and I would upload daft silly things here and there, some daft silly videos as well from time to time. And I remember as well that we eventually became, well, actually, let me backtrack a little bit because there's actually a bit of history still to go before we kind of talk about the evolution of the channel. Um, Started becoming friends with Chobus, and you guys don't know who Chobus is. He's been on this channel a bunch. He was actually on this channel just last year again, actually. He's been my friend for a very long time now, which is depressing to say. But we started a bit of a boxing rivalry over the summer of 2018, I think. I might be getting my timelines mixed up there, but it was over the summer because I remember that school had finished, and I was still in school at the time. And I remember the school had finished, and um, it was around the KSI Logan Paul drama, right? We wanted to jump on that. We thought it'd be funny, right, to jump on that, and we both took it very seriously. I mean, the things we were saying about each other, the things that we were saying we were going to do to each other. I mean, my God, we took that a lot seriously, and the views for our small channels was excellent. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. All I had to do was upload a video that was titled "Dear Mister Bullet Eagle 32," which was his YouTube name back then, and it got like 200 to 300 views. It did so well for a channel of my size, and I was really proud of that video. I was really proud of those videos. I think I maybe did about 6 videos in that capacity, and I remember on the day we scheduled to fight each other, the exact day we scheduled to fight each other, we actually uploaded a video on each other's channels confirming that we were gonna join together to become Nerdvana. So I believe that more people will remember Nerdvana because a lot of you guys subscribed around that time. Um, and yeah, Nerdvana was a passion project for me and Chobus, or Chobus and I, sorry. It was more like, we had a bunch of ideas of what we wanted to talk about, what we wanted to do, We started the Nerdvana podcast, which we got a lot of. I mean, we got a lot of mileage out of that. I believe we maybe at like 12 episodes of the Nerdvana podcast, if I remember correctly. So we got a lot of mileage out of that one, and we then decided eventually that we wanted to keep the Nerdvana channel to more podcast and bigger projects. So like those kind of videos where we're just sitting talking or sitting having a laugh, we wanted a different channel for that. So we kind of revamped Chobus's channel into Nerdvana Volume 2. And that was kind of like how a lot of second channels go these days for many YouTubers at the moment and many content creators at the moment, with their backup accounts and burner accounts. We ended up uploading more on the Volume 2 channel than we did on Nerdvana. Nerdvana became more like we'll do the Rangers recap show here, we'll do the Nerdvana podcast here, and we'll also try and do any kind of bigger projects that we have as well. And the bigger project stuff never happened, unfortunately. We had so many ideas for them, but they just never really left the drawing board, really, unfortunately. But of course, the podcast did stay, and the Rangers recap show, of course, began there as well, which a lot of people also enjoyed at the time. I am really tempted to bring that back next season. I wanted to bring it back last season. There wasn't even an episode uploaded last season for people that were here, but yeah, Jobus and I just couldn't get our schedules right. So I'm wondering if going forward for the Rangers recap show, if I just kind of do that with Jobus, of course, as my main wingman, but do I maybe bring other guests on and we do something else, like we do a Rangers recap show with just other people. That's my thinking anyway. That's my thinking. That's where I'm going with that. And to have that second channel as well. That I remember we obviously had Sean Finley with us as well. He was a good insight for, especially when we went and did the like the movies side of things. He was good to have on to have a chat about that. That was a lot of fun, and then going forward, Nerdvana definitely disparted at some point. We definitely parted ways. The Nerdvana group, of course, parted ways. I mean, me and Chobus are still great friends to this day. I don't really speak with Sean anymore, unfortunately. He's still a good guy, but I don't speak with him anymore. But Chobus and I went on to do our own thing, and then we had an idea of turning the Nirvana channel into a horror channel, and once again, unfortunately, this did not come to much, which is a shame because again we had a lot of ideas for that one. You're gonna sense a bit of a theme here. We have a lot of ideas for this. It never leaves the drawing board. It never gets to even press and record, unfortunately. But we became the final guys was what it was because you have the final girl in horror, so we became the final guys, and we had the logo set up as well for the channel. I guess again, as I say, had all these ideas. My return video is still one of my most favourite videos that I've ever made. I got so many people involved in that. So many people of which I don't even speak to anymore, unfortunately. But there are so many people involved in that video that just helped it all come together. And I still thank them to this day for just taking 10 seconds, 20 seconds out of their life to send me a daft recording of asking where I've been, right? That's literally all that was. And I still thank them all for that because so many people got involved in it. And yeah, I'm really happy about it, and I'm really happy with that video. But we never got off the ground running with any horror content, unfortunately, on that one. Chobus then went on to do his own thing, of course. So the second channel, as it were, I mean, it was his channel at the end of the day, but the second channel idea thing that then was disregarded. He went on to do his own thing. He went on to upload his own stuff, and when COVID hit, so we're talking now. I don't remember being. Maybe I was still in Nirvana at COVID time actually, because there is a lot of COVID content that we did as well. Obviously, stuck indoors, not really much else you can do. And I remember that Chobus had his extra time show, which was really fun as well to record with him. I would be a guest on there sometimes, and that was also a good way to kind of pass the time as well. Obviously, with the Bundesliga that came back at the time during COVID, and like everybody watched that Dortmund Schalke game because that was the first game that came back. And I remember we had a discussion about that. We also had a discussion about what got you into football, and he got a bunch of guests for that as well, kind of talking about their experiences, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, unfortunately, Extra Time just kind of lost its way a bit. Never seen more uploads on that one. Sorry, I'm just checking. Never mind. Um, and so yeah, the overall kind of story here that I'm trying to make is this channel has went through a lot because of me, right? It's went through a lot of deaths. It's went through a lot of revivals. Um, Somehow right now it is doing okay as just being my name, or my nickname, I guess, my nickname of a nickname, which is a bit strange, but it's doing fine. It's doing fine now, just as any. Whereas it's been, the Redamancy Project, it's been Nerdvana, it's been um, Final Guys, it's been the Final Cut. I think was what no the yeah final script. The What the fuck did I call it? What the fuck did I call it for last year? Fuck. Um. Oh Christ, I don't remember. The final script. The fi- I'm not gonna look it up. I'm not gonna look it up, but it is gonna annoy me. But I'm not gonna look it up. But essentially, that was actually supposed to be. That was more supposed to be like for films. I was having this idea with Chobis that I wanted to come back to YouTube. It'd been about 2.5 years since I uploaded anything, and I had this idea with Chobis that I wanted to come back to YouTube and I wanted to do um music content. Like I wanted to speak about music, speak about new albums, new releases, speak about our top 10 albums, speak about what artists influenced us growing up and stuff. I thought we could have got some pretty good mileage out of that. He had, however, the idea of purely film and TV, and we would purely talk about what makes a great film, how a film is made, how a TV show is made. Is there TV fatigue as well? We had a lot of ideas there, and we built a lot of ideas for that one. And again, you'll sense a theme here. Um, they just never left the drawing board, I'm afraid. And we had an idea that the channel itself would then just become another podcast again, almost. Whereas, like, we would upload weekly episodes of with different topics, or maybe we do like a series of topics as well. I know that a lot of podcasts do that now, where it's like a series of topics, and then they kind of take a break after that series of topics is done. That was kind of our idea at the time, but I just remember thinking that I want to do other stuff as well as the film stuff as well. I want to then make it a network, and I believe I did even change the name to being the final script. The final script. No script. No script network. Oh god, I can't remember now. But we did change the name to network because I wanted to upload some things out with the movies and TV show stuff. Um, Surprise, surprise, no movie or TV show stuff even happened. Chovas went on to then build his own channel with a couple of his friends, and that did really well as well. I seen as well that he kind of built some good stuff over there. And over here, I was primarily Rangers actually. I even did like a FM26 video at one point back when I thought the game was going to be good, and that turned out to be a shit show. There was a lot. There's a bunch of videos on there actually. We talked about like the potential managers at the time. Before Danny Rowe was hired, for example, there was a lot of talk about different managers then. Um, I think we had a kind of. I think my last Rangers video was a discussion about Tavernier and if he should hang up the boots or not at the time. Looking back on that, it's kind of funny because he obviously eventually not hangs up his boots obviously, but he does leave Rangers. Of course, he's officially not a Rangers player at the time of recording, and I had plenty of other Rangers ideas even over the summer. I even also had the idea of doing maybe like a World Cup show over the summer as well, but doing that on Heart and Hand with the World Cup daily, I thought there'd be no point me kind of repeating myself essentially on YouTube than what I'm busy saying on the Patreon for Heart and Hand. So I kind of decided against that, and then I went on holiday last month as well. So despite having kind of ideas to come back and talk about shit, I wanted to enjoy my holiday there as well. And yeah, just right now my routine at the minute is get up out of bed, um, shower, changed, work, home, dinner, bed. We throw some PT or some sort of form of workout in there now from time to time to kind of get that working on. But it's been a really incredible journey on this channel, And as I say, there was that 2.5 year gap before it became the final guys. And in those 2.5 years, I didn't enjoy my time away from YouTube, and I just didn't have any idea on what to upload. I had no idea what to upload in the time, and it it just came to me one day with Chobus for the final guys revamp. But those 2.5 years that I just did not upload a single video just sucked because I love doing this. I do this for the love of the game. I don't even do it to get famous. I don't do it to have a whole bunch of views. I don't do it to have a whole bunch of likes or comments or subscribers. I do this for the love of the game. And right now I'm trying stuff a bit different here. I'm just shooting the shit. I'm just pressing record here and just talking. Um, you've seen that in the last two videos that I made, and you're going to see that here. I'm going to title it a bit differently. I've tried to title them before as the actual date I'm uploading them in, but I am just going to title this one 10 years because it just feels relevant to the video here, that it has been 10 long years that I've been, that this channel has existed, sorry. It's been quite a it's been quite a wild ride. I made some friends from it. I mean, Chobus for the perfect example. I made some friends for this channel, and that to me is an irreplaceable memory that I'll have. I don't think anything will ever really top that, to be honest. There's been some fantastic videos, of course, over the last 10 years. The return video is one I'm still extremely proud of. Stop them off memes was so much fun to make, and I'm still proud of that video to this day. There's even so much like there was videos where there was a series I wanted to start called I'm So Sorry, and it was just going to be a collection of memes sprinkled into the one video, like a compilation. And I was going to start that as a series. I think I only got about 3 videos into that, and I just stopped making them. So yeah, there was those videos as well. There was all the Nirvana podcasts. There was all the Rangers recap shows, which I'm still proud of. Yeah, there's been so much on this channel. There's been so many videos that are privated or even deleted outright just because I just don't want them to be. I don't even want them to be associated with my channel anymore. Colin Gets Nothing. My God, how could I forget Colin Gets Nothing? I genuinely nearly forgot about such a massive project with Colin Gets Nothing there. I nearly forgot about that. That's insane. That did so well as well. A lot of the Heart and Hand subscribers and listeners, they got a real kick out of that as well, which was fantastic. The things he's doing recently, I could easily do a part 3. Part 2 was recorded. I don't think I ever uploaded it, sadly. But we did record content for it, and it's now just gone. It's lost media. But I would definitely record a part 2 because Colin's, he's a bit of a reality check, I think. No, in all seriousness, that was a lot of fun to record at the time, and he took it like a champ as well. He saw the funny side of it as well there, and everybody else did as well, of course. It's been excellent, and the funny thing is, whenever a content creator makes a video like this, right, and look at me calling myself a fucking content creator, but whenever a content creator makes a video like this, they announce that they're stepping back from making content or anything like that. You're just going to still get what I'm giving you. Like, that's not going to stop. I'm not going to make another 2 year long hiatus or whatever like that. You're still just going to get these videos, or if I decide to make a more serious video, maybe like for Rangers, for example, when the season starts back up, you'll get those again as well. But I think right now I'm currently happy of what's going on at the minute, and I am also happy of how long we've been here, and here's to 10 more years. Thanks for watching.